What is up? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Ant, and you are checking out our All Elite Wrestling Rampage episode recap from February 25th, 2022. They were in my home state of Connecticut, live in Bridgeport, and I got the opportunity to see this show live, and it was great. I definitely recommend anybody to go see an AEW show live. If you didn't get a chance to hear our first AEW recap ever, Nick and I recapped AEW Dynamite. That was also from Bridgeport, Connecticut this past week. So definitely check that out in the archives. But if you're checking us out, thank you for checking us out. We are a pro wrestling podcast that covers everything pro wrestling related. We cover Impact Wrestling, All Elite Wrestling, WWE, and much more. And we are available on many streaming platforms, including Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and much more. Definitely check us out and give us a 5-star rating. We are also available on YouTube. Just search the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. Subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell to stay notified when new content is created. And be sure to leave some comments. I'd like to know your thoughts on what is happening in AEW. So we started out the night with a TNT title on the line. The TNT champion, Sammy Guevara, the Spanish God, defending against Andrade El Idolo with Matt Hardy, Jose, and Matt Hardy's buddy. Don't know his names. So there's a lot of back and forth start. Sammy nails a drop kick, Spanish fly to Andrade, and we get a 1 count. Sammy jumps on the ropes, but Andrade pushes him off to the outside. Andrade misses a knee and falls out. Sammy lands a spinning plancha. Andrade nails a DDT on the apron. Sammy nails a top rope Spanish fly to get a 2 count. Both men punch each other on the mat. Andrade distracts the ref, and Matt Hardy pulls the turnbuckle pad off. Andrade rolls up Sammy and puts his feet on the ropes. Sammy kicks Andrade off the top, and Andrade lands on the exposed pod. And Sammy nails a springboard stunner to retain the TNT title. This is a good match. Sammy Guevara will be teaming up with Darby Allin and Sting to take on Matt Hardy, Andrade El Idolo, and Isaiah Cassidy at Revolution. However, after the match, Darby Allin nailed a moonsault to Matt Hardy after Matt attacked Sammy, and then Sting came out and Darby nailed a coffin drop to Matt and Andrade. So it was a great match, great segment. I think Sammy looked great. All of these men were doing amazing moves, and I do like Sammy Guevara. I think he is a great high flyer. I keep using the word great, great. But no, I do enjoy seeing Sammy, and Andrade is one of my favorites. He's always doing cool stuff. He was one of my favorites in WWE, and he is now one of my favorites in AEW as well. So don't sleep on Andrade. And I'm looking forward to this match. We will be dropping our AEW Revolution prediction special on Sunday morning, so be prepared for that. All right, next, Colt Cabana comes out, and Colt blames Taz when he says, "When I broke Hook, I taught him respect. I made Hook, not you, Taz. All of Hook's success is because of Colt Cabana. Colt wants Hook to thank him, or he will stretch him in front of his daddy." Hook comes out, and Hook takes out all the security and walks off. So Hook looked great in this moment. Of course, Taz is one of my favorite wrestlers, and Hook is fucking looking very impressive. I see why all the fans like him, doing crazy moves, like dropping people hard, doing just crazy offense nonstop. And yeah, so Hook looked great here. Colt Cabana looking good too, trying to make Hook a star, and it was a great segment. Next, American Top Team are backstage, and Ethan Page tells Scorpio Sky he will get the title soon. Good to see them. Next, we have Wardlow taking on Nick Comoroto with the chairman, Sean Spears. Nick Comoroto nails a gut wrench, and then Wardlow nails a belly-to-belly suplex, and he suplexes Nick Comoroto to the outside. Wardlow lands a powerbomb symphony. nailing 4 power bombs. He puts one foot on top of Nick and he gets the win. Wardlow looked so impressive in this match and moment, just putting his foot on top of Nick Camarado, who's a huge superstar in his own right. Seeing that moment made you think, dang, Wardlow is not a man to mess with. And then after the match, Sean Spears says, this Powerbomb Symphony, it's not getting over. Sean told Wardlow this months ago. Sean says, no more power bombs. You have so much potential. We are so proud of you. And he hugs Wardlow. So Sean Spears is trying really hard to make Wardlow not perform any more power bombs. And I don't know. I love Wardlow. I can't wait to see him turn on MJF. And it's going to be a great moment. The fans are going to go crazy. Definitely excited to see that. But we're going to take a really quick break. When we come back, we have the Professor's 5-minute challenge, the contract signing between Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa, and the main event, the face of the Revolution, Orange Cassidy versus Anthony Bowens with Max Caster. Stay tuned. The Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast family would like you to check out Anchor.
With Anchor, you can record, edit, and publish your own podcast for free.
Distributing your podcasts has never been this easy with Anchor, which allows you to send out your podcast to platforms such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and much, much more.
Get uncensored and download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
And welcome back. Yes, definitely check us out on Anchor. It is a great way to create your own podcast for free. Definitely check us out, the Uncensored Wrestling Podcast on anchor.fm. We went over where you can listen to us, but I'll tell you again, you can check us out on Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and wherever podcasts are streaming. Just search the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast and give us a 5-star rating. You can check us out on YouTube. Type in the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. Make sure you subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell to stay notified when new content is created. We love all the subscribers continuing to join our show. Thank you. We are a family here, and we appreciate all of the support. So we now have the Professor's 5-minute challenge. The Professor, Serena Deeb's, taking on Kayla Sparks. And Serena attacks Kayla and chokes her with her jacket. And she nails a gory special in a turnbuckle. She wrenches down on Kayla's neck, and then Sonya locks in, not Sonya, oh my god, so used to doing WWE's, Serena locks in the Serenity Lock, and Kayla Sparks taps. And that was a quick segment. I'm wondering who is going to break the Professor's challenge. Hopefully this next week on Rampage we will see if someone can break the Professor's challenge. But I do like Serena Deeb. I think she's a great wrestler. Just her moves, the way she's able to pull them off are just spectacular. So it's great to see Serena in the ring kicking ass. Next, we have the contract signing segment. The AEW Women's Champion, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, signing the contract against Thunder Rosa. The two of them are going to fight at Revolution, which is this Sunday, March 6th, live on pay-per-view starting at 8 o'clock. And basically, Thunder Rosa says, let's give the people what they want, a real non-cheating champion. Britt says, every time you talk, you can't keep my name out of your mouth. You believe you made me, meaning Thunder. Britt claims we went to war and lights out and Thunder won. So why was everyone talking about me instead of you? Which, by the way, for that, I am a big Thunder Rosa fan. Yep. I am a big Thunder Rosa fan. However, I do feel like Britt Baker does have a point. Everyone did go back after that match liking Britt, even though Thunder did win. So after Britt says that, Britt then says, that's why, Rosa, you become so bitter. Rosa thinks this will validate you as a pro wrestler. Rosa will never be Britt Baker. You will never be the pillar that I am. Britt says, your ass is wrestling on YouTube. You will never be the face of AEW. Jealousy is hatred built on insecurity. Britt says, you love me. It's yourself you hate because you will never be me, DMD. Thank you. Yes. And well, Rose doesn't like that. She attacks Britt. And then Jamie Hayter and Rebel run in. But Mercedes Martinez takes out Jamie Hayter with the help of Rosa. And then Mercedes puts Jamie Hayter through a table. So Thunder Rosa has some backup in the sense of Mercedes Martinez. And I'm so excited to see Rosa versus Britt Baker. This is the segment of the night for me, moment of the night. It was a great moment. Britt Baker was making a lot of actual real cool claims that were true. And I'm just excited to see what's next for them, and their match at Revolution is going to be a great match. We're moving on to our main event. Main event, we saw Orange Cassidy defeat Anthony Bowens with Max Caster to compete in the Face the Revolution ladder match. So many great people in that match. Orange Cassidy is now going to be in there. And that was it for Rampage. A very short episode. I'm doing this solo today, but next week Nick will be joining us again. So a pretty short Rampage. Make sure you check out AEW Dynamite. Our recap will be premiering tomorrow, so check that out. Be sure to also check out our AEW Revolution prediction special. So many great matches. The dog collar match, CM Punk versus MJF. The American Dragon, Bryan Danielson versus John Moxley. The AEW Tag Team title, Jurassic Express taking on the Young Bucks and Red Dragon. Adam Cole versus the AEW World Champion, Adam Page. So much more to talk about. We will cover all of that. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you for us, dealing with this episode. It wasn't the greatest one, but it will get better next week with the addition of Nick. Thank you for checking us out. Stay safe, and I hope you enjoyed Ramp.